Hello friends and welcome you all to the channel. Happy to see you all once again in another video of Honor of Kings. So today's video is going to be the full guide and tutorial on Menki. So Menki is a flying elephant kind of thing, but he's not an elephant because he doesn't have the trumpet with which the elephants will do the sounds, right? So it's okay, fine. I don't know what this creature do, so maybe it's a mythical one. So yeah. Okay, so for today's video, I will show you about his abilities, passives, and builds, arcana, combos, and all these stuffs. So before entering the video, guys, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and also if you like this content, don't forget to leave a like and also share it with your friends. So without further ado, let's get right into the video, friends. So first let us look at his passive, guys. So whenever Menki uses his abilities, he will gain mass. So for every 10 mass, he will gain 6 physical attack and 8 physical and magic defense of his own, and also he will become a little bigger. So the mass is the size of him, so you can see now he is in full size, and the mass is shown below his HP bar, so it can he can gain up to a maximum of 100 mass, and also he will lose 5 mass per second when he is in combat. So let me show you. So I am now attacking Arthur, so now I am in combat, right? So now my mass is reducing like 5 per second. So when I get out of combat, it will get to 15 per second. See, now I am out of combat, and now it go down very fast. See? So now I am out of combat, and the mass is going 15 mass per second down. So I will lose mass so fast when I was out of combat. So you can just use his abilities to keep his passive alive and for a long time. So in late games, he will have a decent amount of cooldown reduction, so that it can be so helpful for maintaining his passive for so long. So that's all for his passive, guys. And now friends, let's see about his first ability. So when he uses his first ability, he will gain a shield that will negate a decent amount of damage. The shield points will scale with his normal attack damage, so you have to build him with full normal attack, so increase the shield size. And also while using the shield, it will show an area to which the enemies will get damage. So if the enemies are in that area, they will get magic damage on them. And also he will increase his own mass by 30, so he will gain 30 mass when he use his S1, guys. And also there is a passive for his S1, so whenever he uses normal attack, his cooldown of his S1 will be reduced by 1 second when he was at max level. I mean the ability was at max level. So first in the starting stage, it will be 0.5 seconds cooldown reduction for every hit he makes. Now let us see about his S2, guys. When you use his S2, Menki throws a dream bubble in the targeted direction and gains 30% movement speed for 2 seconds, guys. After reaching its max range, the ball will return to him. The bubble will return to him, and he will catch it again, and he will throws it again in the direction, and it will again return to us. So during this time, if it hits an enemy or a creep or whatever it hits, it will deal damage, and it won't deal damage to the towers, guys, so you have to be sure. And also when the bubble hits the opponents, it will reduce their movement speed for like 2 seconds, and it also stack. So for 1 stack, it will reduce a little bit movement speed, and in 4 stacks it will reduce a lot of movement speed for them. So I will show you how they get stacked. So when you use his ability, you can see an indicator above his recovery button that shows every stack increases Dream Bomb's damage by 25%. By the stacking system, how this works is also the same on the ability slowdown stacking system, I guess. So after throwing the bubble for 2 times, he will get the bubble back and he can throw the bubble again, but this time it is a bomb, guys. So he will throw the bomb and it will deal a lot of damage in an area to all the enemies in that area. So see, now I'm gonna throw this in there, and it is an area damage ability. So this damage is scaled according to time the bubble traveled. I mean the flight time of the bubble travel. So already I show you that see, the stack you are gaining above your HP button is every stack increases the Dream Bomb damage by 25%, stack up to 22 times. Okay, so if you can make it stack up to 22 times, the damage will be so high. So for the normal thing, you can just for 12 stacks it deals around 329 damage. So let me try to get it to 22 stacks. Yes, see here I got 22 stacks now, and now let me show you the damage. See, 651 damage. So it is so greater than that of the first thing we tried. So it is, I mean 14, yeah, it is 14 stacks and we dealt around like 300 and something damage, and now it is 22 stacks and we have dealt around 650 damage for the enemies. But during the fight you can't deal that much damage to the opponents. I mean you can't get that much stacks. So during the fight you can't move like now I moved, so you can't get that much stacks. So the maximum stack you will gain is around 11 to 13. So when you are fighting an enemy, if you use your S2, you will get that much stack only. So I will explain you how to get stacks when you are going to enter a team fight and maximize your damage in the combo session. So he will also gain a 30 mass when after retrieving the ball for the second time. So he will use the ball, I mean throw the ball first time, second time, and after that he will get the ball, right? So after getting it at the second time, he will gain 30 mass. See? Also guys, the dream bubble will go up to a range that is shown by your indicator. So that is the range, highest range it will go, that we can just manipulate it by moving here and there so that it will gain more stacks and deal more damage. So now let us see how his ultimate works, guys. So when Menki uses his ultimate, he will perform a roam like this. See? So during this time, the enemies are in the path, they will take magic damage, and also during this time, Menki will continuously gain his mass. See, he already gained like 50% of his mass, which is 50 mass. He gains immunity to crowd control at the start. So you can see during the start of the ability, he will get a little bit of immunity to crowd control for like 0.5 seconds, I guess. And also, if you use this ability again, it will stop at the desired location you tap the ability again. So it will stop immediately. So if you tap the ability once again, it will stop, and also dealing damage to the opponents and also launching them up for 0.75 seconds, guys. So I guess in the late games it will stun them for 1 second, I guess. Yeah, so in the late games, I mean when your ability is maxed out, then he will stun them for 1 second and also deal high damage to the opponents. And after that you can just start attacking the enemies and do whatever you like. Also friends, if you stop his ultimate at the middle of the thing, you will also stop mass gaining. So the mass gaining will also be stopped during the time when you stop the... So now let us look at his combos, guys. So normally I told you before he will be good at jungle, right? So he will gain so much of stacks when in the jungle. So you can just throw the bombs before you get into the battle, and if you get near them, then you can just use it to deal damage to them and stuff like that. So I'll show you the combos. So if you are going to fight an enemy without any of the mass, so I will show you from 0 to 100 mass. So when you are going to fight an enemy, so the enemy is standing in the front, right? So let's just throw the S2 and come here and get all the things. So now I am at 100. See, now we can just start attacking. So this is 0 to 100 in 2 seconds combo. To increase the damage of his S2. So normally when you are jungling, you will get out of the jungle, right? So normally you are the jungler, so when you are coming out of the jungle, then you can just use your S2 in the backward direction so that it will gain some stacks, and you can just go into the fight and deal more damage to the enemies. So it will be useful for your high damage output in the team fight, and also it will gains mass, right? So it will be perfect timing when you reach the enemies and your mass will be at full. So the time you reach your enemies, you will also use your S1, right? So it will be a perfect timing. So basically guys, he is a quite easy to play hero. He's not complicated at all. So the stacking of his S2 is so hard because you can't get 22 stacks very easily without doing anything. See, I can get only 21 stacks, but still the 21 stacks is dealing a lot of damage to the opponent, so that is more than enough for you guys, because he is a basically normal attack based hero, and also his S1 deals a lot of damage to the enemies who are nearby. So if you are normally attacking an enemy like so close, then if you use your S1, then it will deal a lot of damage to them. So your normal attack and S1 is more than enough to deal high damage to the enemies. And also if the enemies try running, so if the enemies have dash abilities, please don't engage with his ultimate, guys. Please don't engage. So if they try to run away, then you can use your ultimate to catch them, and like you can just stun them and use all your abilities and finish them off. So it will also be useful, and you can also deal damage to all the enemies with your S2. So yeah, that's all for the tips and tricks session. So now let us see about his equipments, guys. So for the equipments, as I said before, he is very good at jungling, right? So for the jungling equipment, you can go for Giant's Grip. It will increase your max HP whenever you defeat a creep. So it is so good for him because he is a fighting warrior, right? So he have to go inside and have to deal sustainable damage, and also he should be in a little sustain, otherwise they can just kill him easily, right? So for that he has to be a little bit of tanky, so for that this will be useful. Boots of resistance is mandatory, so if you are going into fight with like 3 or 4 people, then there will be a lot of stuns, right? You should have the resistance, otherwise you're gonna die for sure without doing anything. So the next thing is Shadow Reaper. So it will gives you 35% attack speed and 25% critical rate. So this is also best for him because of the attack speed. So the higher his attack speed, the faster his cooldown reduction for his S1 will be. So as I told you, in the late games, for every hit he makes, his cooldown reduction of S1 will be 1 second reduced. So it will be so fast, you can just attack the enemies 2 times and your S1 will be already there, and you can just tap it and gain shield and attack damage and defenses, everything, and you can just rock the enemies. And this equipment is mandatory for your damage reduction purposes. If you are fighting against a team with high crowd control and also high damage, probably the marksman will be at the back lines, right? So if you are charging from front, the marksman will deal damage at from the backside. So if you can't get the marksman first, then you are supposed to fight in the front. So for that purposes, the Pure Sky will come in handy. So if you use it, it will reduce the damage of the opponents by 25%. So it will be like so crazy. So it has an active passive too. So if you use that, he will gain additional 35% damage reduction for 3 seconds. So it is also so awesome. So with this, you can just stand between of like 5 people and you can just rock them. So the next is Master Sword. As I said before, if you use normal attacks, it will reduce your S1's cooldown. So you are going to use your abilities continuously. So what this equipment does is it will enhance your next normal attack whenever you use a skill, but it has a 3 seconds cooldown. So 3 seconds is not so much. So in a fight, that high damage is crucial, guys. So you can just use this to like deal high damage to the opponents and finish them off before they can just realize what hit them. So for the last equipment, you can go for Starbreaker. So this is for physical PS. So if the enemy team have like more tanks, you can just go for this. Otherwise, you can go for Blood Weeper. So this is a physical lifesteal equipment. So you will gain like 25% lifesteal, and also when your HP falls below 30%, you will gain, it will automatically recovers a certain amount of HP for 5 seconds. So this is so great equipment when you are like going inside a fight. And also if you go to the late games, you can go for Destiny, so it will save you from the lethal blow. And also you can go for other defenses like Sage Sanctuary or whichever equipments which will save you from the death. So it's the late game equipments, as you all know, guys. So now let us see about his Arcana. So this is the Arcana I use for him. So this is this looks like a good Arcana for him, like in my opinion. So for the first thing, for the blue Arcana, I use Hunt. So it will gives you movement speed and attack speed. And for the second one, the green one, I will use Mind's Eye. So it will give you magic pierce and attack speed. For the red one, I will use Red Moon. So it will give you critical rate and attack speed. So everything is based on attack speed. So how much high the attack speed is, it will be so better for his S1's cooldown, and he can just spam his S1 and get shield and break the enemies, like staying in between them. So it will be so good for him. So I recommend you all guys to play him in jungle instead of any other lanes. So he is very good at jungle instead of any other lane. So I'll show you some of the clips I have played for the matches. So that's all for the videos, friends, and I hope you all find this video entertaining and also helpful for you. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also thank you so much for watching, guys. So see you all guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye and have a great day. Don't forget to hit the like, guys. See you, bye.
Restless every time we start locking eyes up. Lost control. It's paradise with a nasty bella. I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do.